Welcome, Pagosa Springs, to another edition of Positive About Pagosa. I'm your host, Thad McKain. We're here at the K-Wolf Studios, where we're also being joined and available for rebroadcast with PagosaPulse.com. I'm very thrilled and honored to have CK Patel here as my guest today. CK, thank you so much for being here on Positive About Pagosa.
Thanks for having me. All
right, CK, I'm curious, what was it that brought you to Pagosa Springs, and how did you know this is where you wanted to be, and also bring your family here?
You know, when I first found Pagosa, I wasn't sure we were going to bring the family here and make this our home. I've always grown up in a small town out in western Kansas. After college and had a little bit of work, I ended up in another small mountain town in northern New Mexico for about 4 years. And just for a few years there, me and my wife decided to try the big city, so we moved to Dallas. That's where we found out that, you know, the city life is great. We had a great time. You can do so much there, but it wasn't for us as far as permanently living in a big town. So we started looking again, and we loved our time in Red River in New Mexico, and so we started looking for another little mountain town that we could move to, you know, maybe do another business and settle down. We found the business online first that was for sale. It worked out. We got to know the community, and we loved it here, so we moved here permanently.
Excellent. All right. Now, for those that aren't aware and didn't know, CK is the owner of Pagosa Lodge. So let's talk a little bit about what the services are and what all you guys provide there, along with obviously having very nice rooms for folks and families to stay in.
It's a great large full-service hotel. I mean, we've got 101 rooms, big banquet spaces, meeting rooms, large indoor swimming pool, exercise facilities, hot tubs. It's just great for all different types of groups, conferences, family reunions. It's got the restaurant where we do a full hot breakfast for our guests every morning.
Okay.
And we hope to renovate the property soon and get a permanent restaurant going.
All right, excellent. Now, CK, you also have your role in the community. Your community involvement also involves being part of the TTC, which you and I do that together. Can you talk a little bit about that and what your role is there?
Yeah, I, as a lodger, I was very excited when I had the opportunity to be a part of the TTC. As you know, TTC is funded 100% by lodgers, the city lodgers' special tax.
Right.
On top of the normal taxes that we do pay as you know, sales tax and everything else as part of doing business, we charge our guests additional tax to fund the TTC, which uses that to market and bring more visitors to Pagosa.
Right.
So it was great to be asked and then to be accepted to be a part of that. When things are done correctly, it's a great cycle because the TTC gets more tax revenue, they're able to market more, and then the lodgers get more revenue from people coming in. So luckily, last few years, it's been working and revenue's been going up.
Yeah, it certainly has. We you know, as CK can attest to this, we have been really thrilled with the numbers that we're seeing here in Pagosa Springs.
The economy's not that great still. I mean, we're improving, but luckily we're doing some great marketing, some of the right things to get people here, and year over year we're beating the lodgers are beating their numbers, so it's just great.
All right, excellent. Now, so along with the TTC, you also sit on the Lodgers Association. For our listeners who may not be really aware, would you talk about that a little more and what some of the things are you're working on?
Yeah, the Lodgers Association, it's comprised of lodgers and non-lodgers throughout our community. Non-lodgers like snowmobile outfitters or ski rental shops or anybody associated with the tourism industry that could help promote Pagosa, and our lodgers can help promote their services.
All right.
Even hairdressers. So it's quite a, you know, we get weddings in town, and all of a sudden, there's a need for 20 ladies to get ready, for the wedding. So hairdressers is, we recommend quite
Makes
a few.
sense.
Yeah. So, so it's a broad organization. We also, work to promote Pagosa, but we also work to as a member helping member. So if you're a member of the Lodging Association as a hairdresser, when that need arises, we'll promote your venue for that. So
Okay.
so anybody can join, and if anybody's interested in joining,
Right.
they can call or stop by the lodge anytime, and I can get them an application, and we'll get them started.
All right. Excellent. Thank you. And real quick, CK, since you mentioned that, what are the fees? An annual fee for joining the lodgers?
For lodge owners or rental places, it depends on the size.
Okay.
We break it down into 3 different sizes: 1 to 10, 10 to 20, and 20 and above.
Okay.
As far as units, rentable units. And then for associate members, there's 2 stages. Associate members that will be using our new online booking that's coming soon, and
We're going to talk about that in just a
yeah,
second.
if we can talk about that in a minute. And then associate members that don't have a service to sell online, but they want to be a member, like a hairdresser or something like that.
Right.
That really doesn't do the online booking, but gets referrals.
Okay.
So there's a few different steps, stages of membership fees, and depending on where you kind of fit is where that will fall.
All right,
So.
excellent. Thanks for letting us touch on that. Now, one of the reasons I really was looking forward to having you here today is I wanted to share with our listeners about the new program that the TTC and the Lodgers Association have, in a sense, joined forces, and what this is and what we're working on and what it's going to mean to the lodgers and the community. So CK, if you don't mind, tell us about that.
Yeah, this is really exciting. Book Direct. We've signed with Book Direct. This will give all of our lodgers commission-free access to over a couple 100,000 eyeballs that are visiting visitpagosasprings.com and getting information and thinking about coming to Pagosa. Right now, there's nothing in place, and so these visitors, we're letting a lot of visitors just kind of fall through the cracks.
Okay.
And having absolutely no commissions or fees associated with being involved with this means we're going to get we can have everybody sign up and not have to worry about having monthly fees, yearly fees, or commissions due. It's a service that'll bring extra revenue to lodgers.
All right.
And capture more guests.
Excellent. So everybody's feeling really good about this. You guys are really excited. I know there's been a lot of talk about it.
Yeah, not only for lodgers, but outfitters, people selling tickets to events, tubing down the river. All these activities can be on there too. So when a guest is researching to stay in Pagosa, they can find a lodge that would work for them, a B&B or a vacation a rental place or a hotel. They can decide to go to the Springs and buy 2 tickets to that, and then they can decide we're going to go see the concert and buy tickets for that. So they can get all of that done in a neat little package on one spot before we lose that guest either to another vacation spot around Colorado, or they just decide that it's not going to work out. We can capture all of that in one spot. So
Sounds fantastic. And this is launching very soon, correct?
Contract was signed last week. Over the next 30 to 60 days, we put all the data together to build the widget essentially for this.
Okay.
And so we're hoping March sometime we'll go live with it.
Excellent. Fantastic. All right. Now, CK, we've talked about the business side of your life. If you don't mind, we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk a little more about some of your personal aspects on things. You all right with that?
Yeah, great.
Excellent. So first off, CK, I know you're still fairly new here in town, but there has obviously been a lot going on. You're very, very involved with what's going on in our community. And so I'm curious, what is your vision for Pagosa Springs?
Well, we moved here because we love this community, the small town atmosphere, and I definitely don't want that to change. We started our family here. We put down our roots. So it's very important to me that Pagosa stays Pagosa. To that end, I hope to help and do what I can to keep this community great.
Okay. And excuse me. There is quite a bit going on the development aspect of things right now. You want to share some thoughts on that?
Keeping Pagosa is a great goal, but I understand that good, smart, measured development is necessary.
Okay.
It takes money to keep the streets paved and clean, and
Certainly does.
The schools up to date and all that kind of stuff, and activities for kids to do.
All right.
So good, smart development, I think, is essential. We just, I don't want to see. You don't want to see crazy development that's going to change the culture of the town. One thing that's talked about right now, as you know, is the Reservoir Hill.
Right.
Improvement. Something like that, I think, is fantastic. I think it's minimal. The footprint is small, and it'll give everyone in our community easier access to that great outdoor space. In my opinion, the chair lift is a great thing to do. I mean, a free ride for everybody to go and enjoy Reservoir Hill. What a fantastic thing, summer and winter. I mean,
right.
And,
Absolutely.
Not everybody can afford to go somewhere and experience something like that. And here we have it right downtown. It's I think it can be a great deal.
Excellent. I fully agree. Now, folks, one of the things I mentioned earlier in discussing some of the roles that CK has is probably his newest one, and that's being a father. I assure you, from the time I've had the honor of being around him, this man is blessed when it comes to his family. And his daughter, who's an absolutely beautiful little baby, can bring a full room of people to a dead stop. So CK, if you would you share your thoughts about being a father and what that's meant to you?
Well, my daughter Aria was born in June of last year.
Right.
You always hear people say, how having a child will change your life and it's the best thing that'll ever happen to you. You never quite understand what that means until you're actually there. So, it was a huge moment for me. Amazing, fantastic, and indescribable, really. Now my day revolves around when I get a chance to see her and hold her and can hang out.
Right.
Yeah, it's great.
Like I said, you really are blessed. She is a beautiful little girl.
Thanks.
And you've got a fantastic family. Always enjoy being around and seeing you guys. All right, so now, when it comes towards your success and how you have gotten to where you are, some people, I ask all my guests about this. For some people, it's their religion. Some people, it's laws of attraction. Some, it's their secrets. What do you contribute your success to?
Well, success, it can be measured in different ways.
Certainly can.
For me, I think family is the most important thing. I owe everything to my family, my parents, an older brother. As a new father, I hope to pass on the values and lessons that my parents passed on to me, and I think if I can do that, I can consider myself successful.
Excellent. That's a very, very good answer. I really like that. All right. Now, my other question, and these are the same questions all my guests get. Not every day goes quite like what we plan, or what our vision is when we first wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
So when things are going crazy, things are getting really chaotic, how do you deal with it? How do you get your focus back on track?
I'm actually a very calm person. I don't really get riled up. But on those difficult days, lately, I'll take some time. I'll go find Aria and spend some time with her, and it seems to reset my day.
I'm sure.
After a few minutes, I'm ready to go back out there and do what needs to be done.
All right. Excellent. Very good answer. Is there anything else that you would care to share with the listeners today?
No, thanks for having me out. Again, exciting things happening with the Lodging Association and TTC with this new book direct. If anybody wants any additional information, it can help not just lodgers, but a lot of different services and activities in town, get a hold of me. I'm at the Pagosa Lodge 7 days a week, so you can find me there, and I can answer your questions and hopefully help other businesses make use of this new technology.
All right, excellent. CK, thank you so very, very much for being here today. I know it's your first time on the show. I can already assure you, you will be getting asked back, so I hope you'll accept that invitation. So, guys, thank you so very, very much. My deep and sincere gratitude to K-Wolf for making this dream a reality. My great appreciation and gratitude to PagosaPulse.com, where you're going to be viewing this online. This is just showing that we're growing and we're taking off in some new ways. Hopefully this is something we're going to continue to be doing. So, as always, be grateful for everything you have, be passionate about what you love, and absolutely, without a doubt, make every day count. Thank you so very much. Have a fantastic day. All right.